Welcome to Exec Class Up. My name is Lazif Ferrer. I'm here to lecture you on the use of English. And our topic this hour is question tags. We are going to be seeing questions related to this and how questions are being asked based on question tag. What is question tag? This is an aspect of English language that test candidates on how answers can be supplied to a statement. This is an aspect of English language that tests candidates on how answers can be supplied to a statement. And we are going to looking at the rules that guide question tags. Rules that guide question tags. Number one, a positive statement must go with a negative answer. Number two, a negative statement must go with a positive answer. Number three, the tense of the question determines your answer. Number four, yes connotes positive, while no connotes negative. Then finally, number five, the auxiliary verb is used to determine your answer. Now, if these five principles are being followed, then there is no question under question tags that you will not be able to solve. Look at the first principle, a positive statement. They said we go with a negative answer. How do you know if a statement is positive? And how do you know if a statement is negative? A positive statement do not carry no or not. Take for instance, she is a boy. She is a girl, rather. This question here do not carry no or not. So this is a what? A positive statement. But if you say that she is not my friend, she is not my friend, this connotes what? A negative statement. Now, we are told that if the question is positive, our answer is going to be what? Negative. How will our answer be negative? It means our answer must have a word called not. Number two, a negative statement must go with a positive answer. I've told you what a negative statement is all about. It must have not. We are now told that the answer must be what? Positive. Then number three, the tense of the question determines your answer. The tense of the question determines your answer. What do you mean by the tense? Is the question present tense? Your answer too must be present tense. Is the question past tense? Your answer too must be past tense. So the tense is very important when solving questions under question tags. Number 4, they say yes. Whenever you see a question related to yes, you should know that thing is going to be positive. And when it is no, just know that that question is going to be negative. And finally, the auxiliary verb is used to determine your answer. And from here, we'll be asking ourselves the definition of auxiliary verbs. What are auxiliary verbs? These are verbs that cannot stand on their own. These are verbs that cannot stand on their own. They mostly rely on the main verb. They mostly rely on the main verb. And we have two categories of auxiliary verb. We have the primary auxiliary verbs and the modern auxiliary verbs. But we are going to combine both together in order to expatiate on what we are discussing. So, examples of auxiliary verbs. Examples of auxiliary verbs are your is, your are, your am, your do, your did, your does, your has, your have, your had, your been, your can, your could, your may, your might, your shall, your should, your ought, your dare, and your need, etc. These are the major ones. You can still have your was and your were. All these are classified as auxiliary verbs. They can't stand on their own. They do not make a meaning on their own. They can only rely on the main verb to make a meaning. We are now told that under question tags, they have a role to play. They have roles to play. So when questions are being asked, the major thing you focus on is the principles of question tag. Now, let's see this question in 1978, question 76. 1978, question 76. It said the manager, the managing director did not pay his staff last month. The managing director did not pay his staff last month. Option A, didn't he? Option B, had he not? Option C, is not he? Option D, did he? Now, you have to follow the principle. The first thing is what? Look at the statement given to you. The managing director did not pay his staff last month. The first question you ask yourself is this. Is this a negative statement or a positive statement? For the fact that the statement carries what? Not, automatically it is a negative what? Statement. And a negative statement, as we're told, must go with a positive what? Answer. And your positive answer cannot carry not. So the second thing is this: the tense of the question determines your answer. Read it again. The managing director did not. This is a past tense. And since the tense is in past tense, your answer too must be in past tense. Your answer must be in past tense. Then finally, the auxiliary verb is used to determine your answer. What is the auxiliary verb used in this question is did. So you have to pick out the did first. And how many options has did here? Is just option what? D. This has didn't. This had he not. This had is not it. And this have did he. The managing director is a man. So the answer becomes what? Did he is a question. The managing director did not pay his staff last month. Did he? If it is yes, yes, he did. And no, he didn't. There's a complete statement. So the managing director did not pay his staff last month. It is a negative statement and must go with a positive what? Answer. What is the auxiliary verb there? Did. And that determines your answer. You join your noun or your pronoun to it, then the answer becomes did he. So these are ways to get questions under question tag. Let's look at this example again. Let's look at this example, same 1978, question 87. They said, you would have thought that somebody would have informed me. You will have thought that somebody would have informed me. Option A, shouldn't they? Option B, wouldn't you? Option C, should think. Option D, isn't it? Now look at this question that we have on the board here. They said, you would have thought that somebody would have informed me. You would have thought that somebody would have informed me. Is it a positive statement or a negative what? Statement. If you check the question very well, there is no not in this statement. So this is a positive word statement. And we have been told that a positive statement must go with a negative what? Answer. And if it goes with a negative answer, it means it must have what? Not. Now, take for instance, what is the auxiliary verb being used in this question is would. So this would will be joined. This would will be joined to your what? Not. And it changed to wouldn't. Change to what? Wouldn't. And you are talking about somebody, then it becomes what? Option B. Wouldn't you? So when a positive statement is given, it goes with a negative what? Answer. Take note of that. Now, If you see a question of this form again, number 3, she does not like me. And they say, what is the question target? Look at the question very well. She does not like me. Is this statement negative or positive? The question is negative. And when a question is negative, that's a negative statement, it goes with a positive what? Answer. And what is the auxiliary verb in this question is does. And what is the pronoun here? She. And it becomes what? Does she? With your question. So she does not like me. The answer becomes what? Does she? So you can't change the question given to you. You are to follow the principles. When you follow the principles, then you don't have any issue. Finally, on this topic, you have another question. This is 1979, question 38. They said she doesn't have to attend the lecture. She doesn't have to attend the lecture. The first option says, doesn't she? Option B is she. Option C, does she? Then option D, isn't it? These are questions that you need to focus on. She doesn't have to attend the lecture. Before you start picking any question, any answer, you find out if the question is positive or negative. And this question here is negative. And we have been told that when it is negative, it goes with a positive answer. That is 1. 2, identify. Is it present tense or what? Past tense. The question here is present tense. Then, what is the auxiliary verb being used here? Is does. And for the fact that does is being used and the statement is negative, it must change to what? Positive. And the answer becomes what? Does she. So you have to follow principles. When the principles are being followed, then getting answers to questions becomes what? Cheaper. So I want to believe questions on question tags can be answered easily. Now let's quickly look at a topic called collocations. Collocations. Collocations is when two words are used simultaneously. When two words are used simultaneously. What does that connote? If you use the first word without the second word, the statement becomes meaningless. There is, number 1, let's say example 1. There is no way you can make use of either without going with your word or. When either is used, it goes with or. So using either without or makes the statement meaningless. Either Shade or the boy will be attending the what? Party. You can't use either without or. Number 2 is neither. Neither goes with what? No. You can't make use of neither without making use of your no. And number 3 is prefer. When you make use of your prefer, it goes with to and not than. Please take note of that. When you make use of prefer, it goes with what? To. I prefer rice to beans. I prefer traveling to staying at home. I prefer traveling to staying at home. So whenever prefer is used, it goes with to. But we have number 4, when you make use of your what? More. more goes with your than. I like rice more than beans. I like traveling more than staying at home. So more goes with than, while prefer goes with to. Now, number 5, when you make use of no sooner, no sooner had. If you have been checking your past questions, you will have been seeing these questions in your past questions. No sooner had. Whenever no sooner had is used, it goes with than. No sooner had I jumped into the pool than my phone rang. No sooner had I jumped into the pool than my phone rang. So whenever you are making use of no sooner had, it goes with than. Then number 6, we have barely had. Barely had. And number 7, we also have scarcely had. Barely had and scarcely had. Whenever you are making use of barely had and scarcely had, they go with when. They go with what? When. So there are many. Number 8, whenever you make use of your flair, it goes with what? Flair for. I have flair for teaching. I have flair for music. Whenever you make use of the word prone, it goes with to. It goes with to. Whenever you make use of addicted, it goes with to. Whenever you use the word one, it goes with one. And so on and so forth. Many of them must go pari passu. You can't use one without the other. Thank you.